Now, our JSON file database was a great learning tool, but it has a serious limitation. It's not efficient. For every new entry, we had to read the entire file into the memory and then write the entire file back out. So imagine if we had millions of entries, so it's not safe for multiple users. If two users submitted a form at the exact same time, they could overwrite each other's data, leading to data loss. So this is called a race condition. It's hard to query. What if we wanted to find all the entries by a specific user? We'd have to load the whole file and loop it through manually. Now, a database management system, or DBMS, is a specialized piece of software designed to solve all these problems. So it's highly optimized for storing, for also retrieving and managing data securely and efficiently. Now, we're going to be using MongoDB. Now, Mongo is the leading NoSQL database. Traditional databases like MySQL, SQL, or relational databases. So they store data in a rigid tables with predefined columns and rows like an Excel spreadsheet. Now, NoSQL databases are different. They are often more flexible. So MongoDB is a document-oriented database. So it stores the data in a format that looks almost exactly like JSON that we've been using. Now, in the MongoDB, the structure is the database, which is the top level container for your whole project. Let's say, for example, we called ours guestbook app. And then we'll have a collection, so a group of related data similar to a table. So we'll have entries collection, and then a document. So it's just a single record, like one guestbook entry. So it's essentially a JSON object. So this structure makes MongoDB feel very natural to use with JavaScript and Node.js. All right, now we're going to upgrade to MongoDB. We will now upgrade our guestbook to use a real cloud-hosted MongoDB database. Now we need to set up a free database account with Mongo Atlas. Instead of installing the Mongo on our computers, we'll use a cloud service, Atlas, which has a generous free tier. So we will just go to this website here. So you can just go to MongoDB/Atlas, and then we need to sign up for a free account. So we'll just click on get started. I'm just going to sign up with Google just to make it simple, and then accept the privacy and use policies. Alright, so you will primary goal, so we can just say learn Mongo, and then how long you've been developing. So we'll say I've never developed. So what programming language we're using, JavaScript/Node.js. What type of data will the project use? Let's just see. You can just say not sure, doesn't matter. No other. And then, will your application include any of the following architectural models? So we can actually select you can just say not sure and then finish. Alright, so we're gonna go with free. Okay, so we can go with free, and then we will say create deployment. So this is cluster 0, which is fine. We don't have to give it a name. So this will be our database server, and we can actually see we can select which provider we want, Azure or AWS, and then we can just say create deployment. Alright, so so we can create a database user. So make sure that you copy this somewhere. So I'm just gonna copy, or you can just hit copy here, and I'm just gonna paste it maybe perhaps on my notepad. and I'll just your current IP address is this one. It's been added, and then choose a connection method. So here we're going to select drivers, and then they give us instruction of how to do it. So we can just copy this and we can go and install while we're still setting it up. So npm install MongoDB, and then it says you must copy this string now. Okay, so copy this string to Notepad again, where you pasted your password. So we've already installed. Now we need to write the Mongo powered server. Now we'll create a new file here. New file. Which is server mongo.js. Alright, so on this file, first we need to import express from express, and then we need to import a chalk from chalk, and then we need to import Mongo client from Mongo, and I think we also need server API version from MongoDB. Alright, so then let's also apply the port. So this we must go and copy that connection string. So the first one is the username, and then the second one is the password at this server. Okay, so you can just copy that connection string. Now we need to create a Mongo client with the Mongo client option object, just to set a stable API version. Then we're gonna have a function here. So the first thing is we want to connect the client to the server. Then we need to define the collection, define the database and the collection. console dot error. So if we can't connect to the database, then we exit the process. Then we need to run the connection function. We need to copy the views folder, and then we're just gonna paste it here because it contains all our HTML files. So that's all we need to do, just from the previous lesson. Alright, so now we need to get the route and display the form and all existing entries from MongoDB. Alright, then we need a post route to handle the form submission and save to MongoDB. And then we're going to use insert one. Insert one is a command that we can actually use to add a new document to the collection. So wait entries collection dot insert one new entry has been saved. And then after submitting, we can just redirect to the home page. So this is a common and a good practice called course redirect. So we can just say redirect right, and then I'm gonna go and copy the listening here. Start the server. Perhaps here we can just say Mongo powered server is running. We can just say MongoDB powered server is running. Alright, and we can go ahead and run server Mongo.js. We forgot to include the view agent to actually after run, and then I think after this one we must just go to let's go back here, and then we must just copy these two lines. We can just copy these two lines, and then we can just put them here. Right. So hence it says no default engine was specified and no extensions because we forgot to put these two lines. So we can just run it again, and should be fine now. There we go. So your name is John Doe. This is a message. Example 1. And then sign, and this seems to be working fine. And then let's do another one. A message example 2. Alright, so this seems to work fine. You should see the successful connected to MongoDB message here. This one to show that we are actually successful to connect it to the server, and then you can just add few entries and see them persist. We can actually go to the dashboard, to the Mongo Atlas dashboard, and so we can see that there is a guestbook app, and then if we look at it, entries, and we can actually see the entries that we've put up. I don't want this. How do I close this thing? But you can see that it's actually working fine. Okay, you can even go to Mongo Atlas, find your collection, and then see the data that is stored in real time. So today we've learned why file-based database don't scale up and why we need a real DBMS. So we've learned about MongoDB, a popular NoSQL document database that is naturally fit for JavaScript. We've set up free professional-grade cloud database using MongoDB Atlas, and then we've used Mongo npm package to connect to our database. So we've just replaced the fs functions with the Mongo commands like collections.find and to read the data, and collection.insert1 to write the data. We've now built a true full stack application with a persistent, scalable, and professional database.